This past week, we learned about SeaWorld Orlando's new for 2024 B&M Family Coaster, and we just got a big announcement from Busch Gardens Tampa. Guess what they're getting?
A B&M Family inverted coaster.
Yeah, so it's different, but once again,
different.
Something that's very new for this part of the world. There are currently 2 B&M Family inverts in the world, and they are both in China. So Western Hemisphere getting there first. I think this is going to be pretty cool.
So I think that this is exciting, obviously. Yeah. I guess I'm a little confused why SeaWorld keeps buying coasters from B&M that they've never done before or don't really do.
Yeah.
That other manufacturers do all the time that are great. So like, we already have Montu in the park. Montu's great. B&M does great high thrill inverts. Mm-hmm. Who makes family inverts though? That's Vekoma.
Yeah, that's their thing.
It's a little odd.
Yeah, because, I mean, the SeaWorld Orlando family coaster, I mean, that's a first of its kind from B&M when a lot of other manufacturers do the same thing. So it seems like they have a very, very strong relationship with B&M. Like, my guess is that they're getting some sort of deal where it's like a package where we've already gotten a first of its kind with Pipeline, and they're like, all right, we can also do a family coaster for our first time, and then we can put one of our family inverts in, and then that will drive more traffic, because right now they're really flying under the radar because they're in China. So that's my assumption, or SeaWorld just loves their reliability, because that is like one of the biggest pluses when you buy a B&M. Yeah,
B&M coasters rarely break down. They have like pretty much a flawless track record. Like the biggest thing that anyone's had to say about them in their entire like time of being a company is the whole Fury thing.
Yeah, with the crack.
You know what I mean?
Which you could point to maintenance.
Exactly.
So, yeah, is it really B&M's fault? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. I have no idea. I'm not well educated in that stuff. But, you know, everyone seems to be pointing at Busch Gardens Tampa for being the next candidate for a B&M Giga Coaster. So should that be their next roller coaster, then that's 2 B&Ms back to back.
Yeah.
Just like SeaWorld just did 2 B&Ms back to back.
Yeah. So this is Busch Gardens Tampa's 10th roller coaster. It is replacing Sand Serpent, so it's going in the Pantopia section. Also, it's replacing their old Phoenix flat ride. So Phoenix Rising. It's an interesting name.
I like it.
It's not bad. I'm kind of surprised it has blue track. I was definitely like, when I think of the word Phoenix, I think red and orange, but they already have an orange coaster with Tigress and a red one literally next door with Scorpion. So.
Well, they also have a blue one with Montu.
That's true. Both inverts are going to have blue track. It's interesting.
It probably look nice, though.
Yes, it is. And it's going to be a million times better than Sand Serpent ever was. It wasn't even a good Wild Mouse.
I loved when people were like, I wonder if they're going to relocate it. And then like all those pictures showed up of it just like in rubble. And I'm like, they might. Maybe.
This is going to be nice, though, and it is going to be a custom layout, because we mentioned there are 2 other B&M family inverts out there. Both of them are clones, and they are patterned after Vekoma's Freedom Flyer layout. So you can see the similarities there. This, however, has completely different stats. We don't have a lot of stats about it, but we do know it is going to be a max speed of 44 miles per hour and 1,831 feet of track. So that's
longer.
It is longer. The other B&M family inverts are 1,328 feet of track and top speed 31 miles per hour. So this is going to be more extreme, but to call it extreme is a bit of a stretch because we don't really know what this ride is going to do.
Yeah, like they only released one photo, which I'm a little surprised. They did the same thing with Penguin Trek. I'm like, really? Like no POV, no anything?
Marketing. It's bad publicity. Like you're spending all this money on a new roller coaster.
Show it off, baby.
Yes, absolutely. And it's not just for the enthusiasts who are like, give us a POV. Like the public looks at this stuff. Like all the news stations who are going to be covering this. Like this is good material to have.
And like the one picture is nice. Like it shows like a very like swooping element, and I think it looks cool.
I hope they release more in the future. I like to think that they will. Maybe it's a new strategy of like, all right, let's keep the momentum going. Like we'll release more down the line. The Pipeline POV wasn't released until like after track work was completed. So
that's true.
It's possible.
That's their strategy. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. While we already have Montu in the same park, it will feel different enough and it appeals to a different audience. Like there's a 42-inch height requirement, so it's going to appeal obviously to a much younger audience, so that's cool. But again, like B&Ms versus like Vekomas versus Intamin's versus RMC's, like it's beyond just the style of ride. It's like they feel different depending on which manufacturer makes them. Like, they ride different. Like, and I wonder if people will ride it and be like, oh, that just feels like Montu, but like tamer. Whereas if you ride on a Vekoma one, like the trains look different, the tracks look different, the way it rides,
the
like
sound.
everything sound, and it's like they already have so many B&Ms in that park.
Shikra, Kumba, Montu,
Yeah.
now Phoenix Rising. That's 4.
And like I said, it seems to just be going up across the board for all their parks.
Yeah.
Except Busch Gardens Williamsburg. That's a whole different subject, though.
Yeah. Hey,
But
good
they
on
don't
them
seem
for
to be
Loch
doing
Ness
that.
Monster refurb. Yay.
Yay!
That's
I
gonna be
know.
great.
We're not even going to do a video about that.
But it's cool. It's exciting.
It's cool.
Oh,
Yay.
I'm happy for them.
We love Nessie. It's a great ride. But anyway, it's definitely going to round out the lineup, I guess, a little bit
It
more.
is. Yeah, and it's going to stretch beyond the plot of land of Sand Serpent. So if you look here in this overview from Google Earth, you can see that they have some land back there that they can stretch out into. So I imagine that the area where Phoenix and Sand Serpent are going to be where you're going to have a plaza, station, maybe that big swooping turn, maybe that final helix area, but then you're going to have like the rest of the layout kind of go into this back section. So it might actually be kind of a difficult ride to get photos and videos of.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's true.
We didn't really know what was going to be taking its place. Like, we weren't even sure that there was going to be a new edition for next year. It wasn't until the night before the announcement that Busch Gardens posted a little teaser. There was like a construction hat with 2024, and it's like, okay, we are getting something after all. People suspected it, but like, we're now into October. It was a little late in the game that we were getting this announcement. A lot of parks announced their coasters in August.
Yeah. I think SeaWorld across the board, though, has been announcing stuff this time of year. Right? Like last year when they announced Pipeline, it was October, wasn't it?
It's also possible that this could have been something that was planned a little later than some other parks did. So maybe for that reason, that's why we're seeing a later announcement, maybe potentially a later opening, because like they cleared out Sand Serpent, but there are not footers in the ground yet.
No, I think all of this came as a little bit of a surprise. Like, I feel like I was pretty sold on the fact that we were going to get a Vekoma family coaster.
I think that also this is going to be hugely beneficial to B&M for purposes of selling more in the future, because the biggest IAAPA expo in the world takes place in Orlando, and so they're going to have their new family coaster as well as their new surf coaster just down the street, and then an hour away, their new family inverted coaster that before a lot of parks who were like maybe thinking about something like that weren't gonna go off to China to ride one.
No, they would just buy a Vekoma one.
Yeah, exactly. So now they can go to Busch Gardens Tampa and experience one. So I think that this is going to be a launching off point for one, and I believe that they're more likely to sell more of these than like maybe more surf coasters that are a little bit more niche, right?
Yeah. They're doing a little more than just like a foot in the door with like the family coaster market. They are like knocking that door down.
Yeah.
They're like, buy from us. Like, you want this. And we're like, okay.
And we're gonna see how that goes. Like that's why I'm so intrigued by this, because if these are really successful, then I think you will start seeing more of these out there. And then companies like Vekoma and Zamperla, Intamin, who make great family coasters, are now gonna be like, oh crap, now we have to compete with this as well.
Yeah, there's a reason that there's B&Ms all over the world, man.
Exactly, yeah. So let us know down in the comments what you think of Phoenix Rising coming to Busch Gardens Tampa in 2024. And stay tuned for more here at Coaster Studios. We'll see you next time.